Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another video in the Level Up series. Today, I figured I would do things a little bit different, and we're doing like a vlog style video here. I'm just taking you through my day while talking about the Level Up topic of the day, which is producer's mindset. And as usual, these videos are sponsored by Element Store, my sample pack store. You can always save 20% if you click the link down below or just use the coupon code YouTube. So yes, let us jump into the video, shall we? Time to level up, go! Alright, so I just finished up work for the morning. I did some percussion loops that I recorded the other day in my mother's studio. And I'm gonna use these loops for a pack that I'm working on for Soundtrap, which is a Swedish company that has an online door that I'm working on loops for. Now, as usual, in the mornings, I do my sound design stuff, I do my Element Store stuff, I do my presets, all the nerdy tasks I do in the morning, just to get that out the way. Which leads us to the point of this video. We're talking about producer's mindset. So one of the most important things when we talk about producer's mindset is to actually take breaks. I used to be that guy who would always be in grind work mode all the time, and it took a toll on my creativity. So I definitely want to stress that it's important to get rid of the whole mentality of always working. If you take a break and take some steps back, you will eventually come back more creative. And I have a very good example of this. Last week, I was in France with my girlfriend and her parents, and I did not open Logic for an entire week. Yes, an entire week of me not doing anything creative, not making bangers, not doing anything. And when I came back, the creativity was just through the roof.
Hold up, let me hit the gym real quick.
Alright, finally back from the gym. I always do breathwork sessions when I come home before I eat, because if I didn't, all this food would be gone in 30 seconds and I wouldn't feel full at all because I just devoured it in 3 seconds. Bomba clotting! Now, probably the single thing that has helped me most with my mindset has been accepting that 98% of the stuff you are working on in the studio is not going to be the track that's going to blow up or get released even or get a million plays. However, even though you spent 10 hours in the studio one day working on something that might not really turn into anything dope, you still got to realize and think about that you're actually evolving technically, even though you might not be producing stuff that's going to get released. Now, this took me 10 years to realize, I think, and just accepting the fact that you can't always invent the wheel in the studio. Not every day is gonna be creative, and you just gotta accept that. When you incorporate that into your mindset of being a producer and a music artist, it's beneficial. It's very beneficial. Now, also just...
real game!
Damn, that's good. Now, with that said, one of the best tips I can give you guys is don't stress the process. Accept that the process is something that's going to take you a couple of years. And also, a lot of producers get stuck in the mindset of not being able to finish their tracks because they simply lack the mindset of going in on a track and finishing it. And I get a lot of DMs from producers like, hey Fabian, I really can't finish my tracks. I don't lack creativity. I can come up with a lot of tracks, but I can never finish them. Now, if you just approach this with the mindset of actually going to finish the track one day in the studio, like put it in your calendar, like today I'm gonna finish so-and-so idea. You're gonna do it. You just gotta incorporate it into your mindset and routine, and you'll get much further. So I am a big advocate of practicing every day. Even though you might not feel creative, just go in and learn some music theory, learn some sound design, just basically practice that muscle. Think of production and producing like a muscle. You gotta work it every day. Now, I am a big fan of the 10,000 hours thing. Like a couple years ago, I had a few years where I would basically be locked up in the studio every day, working a lot. It wasn't the healthiest thing in terms of my mental health. However, I learned a lot from producing every day. And that's why I also encourage you guys to just practice every day. Incorporate it into your mindset that you might not always create something crazy, but you'll learn something every day if you just put your mind to it. Now hold up, let me just eat this oatmeal.
Time to level up, go!
And we are back in the studio here. I'm working on this trap festival type track featuring a vocalist called Justin Diamond, who I actually found on one of my demo sessions on Instagram. The internet works in mysterious ways. Anyway, let me just play for you guys. I think I have the verses down, but I'm still working on the drop production. But it sounds like this.
Justin Diamond. Hit him up, bitch, I'm on fire. Heart of a lion, I am a beast. I'm doing this for the family. I'm a provider, better believe. I'm tired.
Crazy, right? All right, so let me just skip on to the pre and the drop.
Sit back, it's a warning. Y'all don't want it, y'all don't wanna go there. Cause I don't want no smoke with a rider. I told you I'm a warrior squad on my side, and we finished on the rider.
Damn, this record is going to be sick. I'm still trying to figure out the drop thing, but it's gonna be crazy. Anyway, guys, let's get back into talking about mindset. Now, one of the things I've utilized in my own approach to music production is talking about a fixed and a growth mindset. You see this analogy a lot on the internet, in podcasts, stuff like that. Basically, we want to approach music production with a growth mindset, meaning that we actually think about each studio session as an opportunity to grow as a producer. That is the right mindset you want to have when producing music. I know a lot of other artists have been talking about this as well. D-Cap, Curtis King, a lot of guys on the EDM podcast. So definitely appreciate all the artists that's spreading the word about music producers' mindset. Also, when we are talking about the growth mindset as an approach to music production, we can also talk about identifying your weaknesses as a producer and basically approaching your production in your sessions with that in mind. Now, that is also something that has helped me grow a lot as a producer, actually identifying where my weaknesses are and working on those and seeing each session as an opportunity to improve on that. Now let me hop back into this production and I will catch up with you guys later. What's going on, guys? So it's a couple hours later and I finished up work in the studio and now, of course, I'm in the kitchen. As you can see, we are making pizzas tonight. My girlfriend is coming over from the studio and yeah, it's gonna be a good night. It's kind of stormy outside, but I still fired up the uni out there. I think we'll make it work, but we'll see. But yeah, let me just get into making these pizzas and I will talk to you guys.
Oh, baby, I'm a song on the beat.
So as per usual with me, whenever I get into something, in this case pizza, I tend to strive for perfection. So the flour is the right one imported from Italy. The tomatoes are San Marzano. The mozzarella is Fior di Latte. And honestly, it's the pizzas. They are getting crazy. Anyway, just to close off the topic of the mindset. I used to not be able to relax unless I spent 10, 12, 14 hours in the studio each day. I couldn't really call it a night and just go home and chill or go out with my friends and stuff like that. Now, personally, I'm still working on this. Luckily for me now, I have a girlfriend, which is a very, very good reason for me to just get out the studio early some days. Now, one of the things that is important to address when we talk about the mindset is setting goals, writing it down, and striving to achieve those goals. Now, personally, I write everything down in my calendar, and I know that if it says something in my calendar, I will do it that day. I do not like to postpone stuff at all. Now, also, one of the things that has helped my mindset tremendously is educating myself, whether that be YouTube tutorials or podcasts such as these. It's definitely something that I incorporate into my daily routine whenever I'm working out on the bike, something. Just listening to some podcasts, educating myself, listening to other producers and their approach is something that has helped my mindset a lot. Now we come to the end of the video. If you guys have any tips on mindset and something that has helped you, because mindset is very personal, write it down in the comments below. And I would love to start a little discussion in the comments of some mindset tips from you guys. Now guys, I really hope you enjoyed this more casual vloggy style of video. Make sure you hit that like button and comment down below. Subscribe to the channel and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Time to level up, go!